Good evening, everyone, and welcome you all tonight that you spend your time to gather together today here at Hospital Son, because we heard that Kun or Mr. Bunnag just passed away yesterday in Bangkok, Thailand. So we all know that how was Mr. Bunnag that when himself and his family stayed here. And he already came to our temple and helped the temple in many ways, try to help the temple by his own, and also invite many people to come to this temple to help in many ways too. And in the last 5 years, he had the physical problems, and myself and many people, including Mr. John and Mr. Berry, that went to visit him at the hospital and a nursing home somewhere around here many times. So they know each other very well. At that time, he has heart problems, and luckily that he recovered by sickness at that time and continued his life for about 5-6 years after that. And lately, he got the cancer in the last step and been ill for about 1 or 2 years. And we would like to talk more about how good the person he is. Whoever you to associate or have some relationship as friend with him for so many years, we prove that he's very humble, very kind person. And when he has physical problems in the last 4 or 5 years, his wife, Kun Tosani, went to visit him every single day, and she tried so many ways to help him, even though at that time we all know that he has the serious problems about his heart, and he himself do not want to go to the hospital for so long, until one day I forced him to go to the hospital. The reason that he don't want to go to the hospital because some of his family members that went to the hospital and never come out again. So that's why he afraid that he will not come out. But anyway, he made it at that time. I just would like to share with you something about, actually this is the real life, and we all know that when we born and to start the string, to be born and to die, just the same string. Actually, it doesn't much matter that how much longer we live, but the important is how we use our life. If we use our life in the righteous way, we born and do whatever duty that we should do, And whenever the time comes, then we know that what we do for our life. And I would like to share you a story of a woman that have problems about life, and to prove that the life is very uncertain. So that's why we should prepare our life to make the best use of it. We may prepare to have an life insurance or anything else to make sure that it's the real story that happened many years ago when the Buddha was still alive. There is very rich family. The father is the banker, very rich man, and has only one daughter. And the father tried to protect the daughter to see any man that do not have the same position. But anyway, later on, when his daughter grew up and she fell in love with one of the employees, and they send a message together to meet at a certain place. And anyway, after they meet together, the daughter decided to go with that employee to his country to live together. And since they lived together for about 2 years, the daughter pregnant and have one boy. That boy, after about 2 years, he can walk, and the daughter would like to bring the family to go back home to see her father again, and she asked her husband to bring her back home. And you know that in India have very strong caste, higher and lower cannot meet, and the husband so scared that what's going to happen to him, and he tried to postpone. At the time that he tried to postpone, the wife already have another children in her womb, and then she just go ahead to go back to her hometown, and the husband have to follow her. And then at that time, a very heavy rain. Then the wife felt like to deliver the child, and then she told her husband that want him to bring some wood to light the fire, to make the fire, to get hot water to prepare for to deliver the child. And then the husband went to search for the dry wood because at that time so very heavy rain. And then he went for so long, didn't come back. Anyway, the child already came out, and the wife just did what she should do to the newborn and with her son. And after that, she just walked to look around, and she saw her husband got bite by a snake, died. And then she just buried him at the certain place. And then with the newborn baby and the boy walk together, try to go back to her hometown. And then she want to go across the river. And after she walk in about 1/4 of the river, and she told her son to stop there, and she will bring the newborn to another side. And she passed really strong water because have heavy rain. And after she went across the river, and she put the newborn baby in the sun pit, make sure that he will be okay. And she thought that she will go back to get her older son, and then come back to get both of them to her hometown. And she tried to rush back to see her older son. And at that time, when she get at the middle of the river, the hawk come down to get her newborn. And she tried to yell at that hawk, tried to chase him away. But anyway, the older boy misunderstand that his mother called him. So he tried to across the strong river, and the river just flooded the older boy away in front of her eyes. And then she do not have anything now. Just by herself, she just lost her reason. And at that time, she saw a group of people that walked. Then she asked them that, well, I want to go to see my parents at the sun pit. And then they said, oh, the night before, have very heavy wind and heavy rain. And the house, their house got burned. No one left. Everyone died. And then she became mad person. She do not remember who she was. And at the time that she walked, by no clothes or anything, and then she walked, and someone bring her to see Buddha. At that time, the Buddha gave preaching to people. And the Buddha called her, she has to be awake. And the Buddha make her ask a woman novice and teach her to meditate and to understand life. And then she spent some time, and later on she became a woman monk that we call Phraksuni. Her name is Patajara. And later on she became very popular in teaching people. So this story about the woman who born as very rich in the very rich family and happened to marry to her employee and have very difficult life. Then we come to know that the life is just uncertain. So that's why we should not be careless to live our life, to make sure that we born to this world, we do whatever we supposed to do, whatever duty we supposed to carry on. And then whenever we think about what we done and what's going to be, we would be okay. So this story would remind us to think about Mr. Buddha and appreciate that he used his whole life in a righteous way. When he just come to university and he worked so hard to build his family with his wife and willing to help others whatever he could help. So this should be enough for life, but not only take care of ourselves, but we try to help others the way that we could help, and that would help to support our family, our society, to get together to share our love and our understanding and join hands together, help each other, and go a long way with successfulness and happiness. And again, thank you very much for everyone that spent your time to come together to share your support to each other. Even though the family of Mr. Buddha is not here, they are in Thailand. But this, I would like to express my thanks from my heart that every one of you share your quality of noble person to the family of Mr. Buddha as one family in this society, in this world. So we do not have any kind of war, the thick or the thin wall among us. So that's why we come together tonight, to share our support, not only to Mr. Buddha family, but to our family as well. That whenever anyone needs help, we will be here to help. Thank you very much again, and I would like to share together from our heart to share to merit to Mr. Buddha, wherever he is now, wish him to understand and realize that we come together to produce some merit and share to him, wish him to be well and very happy.